This is the old kitchen table that was left behind in the house that we bought here in France. And it was in what was the old kitchen. We're making this into a dining room. And up until now, we've just been using this to place, pots of paint and our computers and what have you, because it had another vinyl top on top of this, a tablecloth. And I thought today, whilst I have the sander out, I would see what we have to work with here. It's a long table that will seat quite easily 8 people, although it's a narrow table. And I believe, just from the condition, it was definitely a working table for the kitchen. And what's interesting, I'm not sure why, obviously it was their way of protecting the wood, is that they have covered the table with some sort of canvas. That's what it feels like, and oiled or varnished in some way. And then on top of that, they put on a layer of newspaper. So I think almost like decoupage, if you will. And then on top of that, another layer of what might have been brown or white paper. And that was waxed or varnished. And that has been on top of that table for, gosh, who knows how long. Some interesting bits. It almost looks like wallpaper. Maybe they had some leftover wallpaper. Anyway, I've just now taken about 10 minutes or so to start carefully peeling this off. Luckily, most of it's coming up quite nicely. And as you can see, there's some very nice boards there with some lovely grain and color in them. So it has been well protected for the most part. Although here, it appears as if they had a fire on top of the table. So maybe that was the initial reason for covering it up. But fortunately, I think there is enough here to work with to bring up the grain, the wood again. And then the legs here, which are turned. And really quite nice. With maybe a bit of light sanding. This will be a really nice table, either for maybe my large kitchen rather than the small guest kitchen, maybe for the great room when we have that finished. I'm not sure which, but we have another dining room which is larger that Maggie, my stepmom, gave us. Thank you very much, Mum. And we're probably going to use that in this dining room because it has the capability of expanding and closing up to either a very small table or to a very, very large table. And that's quite convenient for entertaining purposes. So that is one of my next projects coming up, but not a priority today.